Today we will study a radar block diagram. So it is classified into monostatic and bistatic. Okay, in this topic we will study about the bistatic radar and their overview, monostatic and their comparison. These are the some points of the overviews in this topic. So as we know, bistatic, bi means two states will be there. So there will be a radar display, transmitter, receiver, transmitter antenna and receiver antenna, and this is a target is present. So at a radar display, when we are giving a radio signal to the target, this is a radio signal is sending to the target will receive the signal and transmit an echo signal through a, here we get a echo signal at receiver antenna. Receiver antenna will receive this signal and send back to the receiver. So this is a whole procedure of bistatic radar. What we are doing in bistatic, there's transmitter antenna and receiver antenna. The target is present or not, how we can analyze from the receiver antenna. When we are talking about the bistatic, monostatic, when we are talking about the monostatic, mono means one, so there is a duplexer is used for duplexer. Why we use a duplexer? It is similar circuit diagram. There's one change. We are using a individual means we are using a one antenna which is work as a transmitter and receiver, and there is a duplexer. So what is the duplexer? Duplexer is isolation between the transmitter and receiver. As the transmitter power is 10 to the power 6 megawatt and at receiver we are getting 10 to the power minus 6 microwatt. So the total power is at antenna is 10 to the power 12. Okay, but at receiver we are getting a more power, and in receiver there is a less power. So because of this we are using a duplexer. Duplexer, the transmitter and receiver, the target will be sent from the a signal will be sent to the duplexer to the target and target will send a echo signal which is behave as a receiver, which can receive a signal from a receiver and send back to the receiver. Receiver will go to sends the signal to the radar display and it shows that a target is present or not. Okay, so this is a whole procedure of the monostatic radar in which we are using a duplexer. Duplexer is used for the isolation between the transmitter and the receiver, so that the power which is using at it can isolate. Okay, now there is a comparison between monostatic and bistatic radar. Okay, so in monostatic we use a single antenna and in bistatic we uses a two antenna. Okay, we have seen in the diagram it needs a duplexer to separate the transmitter and receiver. There is no need of duplexer. It needs less space, it needs more space. Why? Because we are using a transmitter and receiver's individual antenna, but here is one antenna which is behave as a transmitter and receiver, so it can consume less space. It is complex system because it using a duplexer. Okay, so because of that this complexity is increased, but it need a less space. It is a simplex system because it's simple, means there's transmitter system is different and receiver system is different and costly, and it is low cost system. So this is the whole radar block diagram we have studied. So, and we have studied the bistatic radar, monostatic radar, what are the comparisons between. So these topics are covered out.